So there are many different aspects to program planning. We always start in the same place, and that's with the community. Community Matters is a grassroots organization, and we try to practice that ground-up approach in everything we do, and that starts with our program planning. And from our perspective, the first thing that we need to do is we need to think about the kind of people that are going to be involved in that program planning. We do not like to see a top-down approach. We like to see an approach which starts with the community need. So the first people that we want to become involved in the program, in this planning process, are the people that are going to be impacted by this particular program and service. And we'll go into that a little later on with a specific example. But it's very, very important for us to first talk to the people that have said that they want a service, or that that have helped us define the kind of service that they're looking for. Second group is who, in fact, is going to deliver that service. And those are two different kinds of people. They're the people that are obviously going to receive the service, but then there's also the people like our staff and volunteers and others within the community that actually deliver that service and have experience in doing that and know the best way in which an idea can actually be delivered into the community. So that's the second group that we talk to, and then quite often we would like to talk to the people that will be either directly or indirectly affected by the service or program that we are going to offer. So, for example, somebody may come to us and say, well, there's a lot of diabetes within the community, and my mother or my father has diabetes. So that's the first group. Those are the people within the community that are being impacted by this service. But then we also need to talk to the person that has diabetes, or it has a particular issue that we're going to deal with. So it's very important for us to be able to get feedback from all of those three different groups, because they all offer a different perspective on a particular program. So we've talked a little bit about who we involve. Now I want to just mention a few things about why do we involve these different kinds of groups and different people from the community. Clearly, we gain the maximum commitment of residents or organizations if they have had help in the design. And this is really what Community Matters bases all of its programs and initiatives and services on. We do not support a top-down approach where basically somebody's coming in and telling the community what needs to be done. We are much more of an organization that believes that we will get the maximum commitment to help design the program, but also to participate in the program if people are consulted and shown the respect of knowing that they have something to offer to these programs very, very early on in the process. And the reason that we bring different people in, both service providers, people that are going to offer the service in the community, people that are going to benefit from the program or services, is that each of those elements has a different perspective. They each bring something valuable to the process of developing a program. And each needs to be listened to. And we each gain experience and information by actively listening to the points of view of many, many different people. And once again, taking the idea of diabetes, it's not just about diabetes and the physical elements of diabetes, but it's also about whether or not a person is worried about being able to pay the rent, or worried about somebody from back home that may be having a health problem. All of those things will impact how a person addresses their own particular health issue. And it's very important that we understand what everybody's thinking about when they come into a program or a service. And clearly what we're doing here is we're supporting a ground-up approach. We need to start in the community with the people and the residents and the neighbors that are going to be affected and who are going to deliver the service. That's how we get the best commitment. And that's, quite frankly, how we get the best knowledge of what to do in developing and offering that program. What's going to be most acceptable to the residents that are going to receive this service. We In looking for this involvement from all of these different aspects, we look for organizations that have the same belief system and same values as Community Matters has, which hopefully reflects the values and the approaches of the community itself. What we find is that people work together the best when they share values and the process of developing a program. So we would look for organizations, both formal organizations and individuals, that support the values and this ground-up approach. We would tend to shy away from organizations that do not reflect that, simply because our interest is in developing or delivering the service in the smoothest way that we possibly can, and we don't want to come in conflict with just different ways, whether they're good or bad, of delivering a service.